So once you're logged into your website, you're going to end up in your dashboard. And one of the things that you'll see is this iFound Agent support training. If you click this view our knowledge base, you're going to come to our website and you'll see getting started. And there's a part 1 and a part 2 training videos for how to set up the admin part of your campaign system for the iFound CRM, and part 2, how to build and send a homeowner campaign. So today I'm going to be walking through the admin, and then we'll get to how to build and send a homeowner campaign. Back on the dashboard, once you're here, first thing you're going to do is you set your site up is locate where it says iFound CRM. You'll come down to iFound CRM settings, click settings, and you'll see your name or not in this top box. So if your name's not there, you want to put your name in, and then scroll down and put in your phone number. Don't put in one or hyphens or parentheses, just add in the numbers. And then SMS opt-in, check that box. So once you opt in, you'll see intro, title. You may just see your name here. I have texting turned on. If you do not have texting turned on, you won't see this section per se, but you're going to want to put your name in here, whatever this intro title says. Next section down, email defaults, reply to email. That should already have your email in it. If it doesn't, put your email address in there. And then scrolling down, these default email templates, all of them should be already matched up, except for probably the homeowner campaign one. It probably just says select one. Over on the right, you'll see a down arrow. If you click it, you want to scroll down to where it says homeowner campaign and click that so that homeowner campaign shows up in this window. Everything else should be matched up already. Campaign post category should say real estate. And then campaign post author should be your name. Next thing down, activity report email. You're probably going to see something that says no report scheduled. And I recommend that you change it to sometime in the morning, because what this is an email this is an email that the system sends you every morning. It's basically a summary of all the activity that has happened on your website the last 24 hours. Some people, quantity of activity logs to report, you can put in 30, 50, 100. The next section down, upcoming task reminders. You may or may not use this part of the system, whether you're going to use task reminders within the CRM or not. If you're not going to, then just leave it as don't send email, which is what this is. Okay. And then the next one down should already be checked, but if it's not, enable instant activity notifications. You want to check that one if it's not already checked. Do not check enable instant admin notifications, because this one is going to send you all the instant updates that go out to your clients. So that could be a whole lot of email notices that you get for all the updates of your clients. Now, the strategy here would be you may check it so that you can call your clients when there's new listings in their neighborhood as a marketing strategy, as a touch-based strategy. You could call them on the ones that you want to call them on and say, hey, something like, hey, Julie, it's Dale from iFoundAgent. I just noticed a new property in your neighborhood that's for sale. It's on blah, 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 blah. Let me know if you have any questions about it. So it could be a way of helping you give prompts for making phone calls to people or not. Mostly I found that agents who have asked us to turn this on come back in and turn it off because it's just too many emails over time. If you're working on a team, you may want to put in your team, like if you have your email address and their team member's email address, and you don't share a joint email address, well, you might want to, like if you're a two-person team, for example, you may put the other person's email address in here so that they get notices of admin notifications also. And then you would want to put in, if you're going to send them the activity report, that would be good. But and you could send them the instant activity notices as well, or it might be that you're the only one getting them. But that's something to play with, if you're working as a team. And then enable website follow-up emails. These are just a one-time email that goes out the first time somebody visits your website. 3 hours after they visit, we're going to send them an email from you that says, hey, thanks for visiting our website or my website. We're only going to send it once, and we're not going to send it after 8 o'clock at night. We're going to hold it till first thing in the morning so that we're not hitting them at nighttime, and it makes it look like you're not working all hours, that you came into the office at 8 o'clock and you sent out the notice. So once you got to the bottom, just click Save Changes. Next thing you want to do is go to iFoundAgent, Agent Info, and this is a place where you can fill this all out accordingly. Broker logo, don't mess with that. Your agent MLS ID should already be filled in. Your SMS phone number, again, that should be your phone number, your email. You can also put in a blind carbon copy for emails that are being sent. I don't see too many agents doing this. Again, that generates a lot of extra emails to you because you don't really want to get a copy of most agents don't want to get a copy of everything that's sent. Not too many of us have fax numbers anymore, but you can put that on there, mobile phone, your corporate address, etc. And then scrolling down, that's about it for this page. Some of you have this option, some of you don't. If you don't have this option filled in, you may want to send an email to support@iFoundAgent and say, hey, can you set up my phone me now settings? The Agent Pro, like our Pro package, we turn this on. One of the incentives to getting our top package. Anyway, save changes. Then when you look at iFoundIDX, again, you're going to want to scroll down and look where it says campaign filters. Click campaign filters. You'll see a screen like this, or you're going to see a screen that looks like this. So if you see a screen that looks like this when you first land there, and you're on a Mac, you just want to hit Command- once or twice. And I think on a PC, it's Control- once or twice. And then you should see a double column here. What you're looking at are your MLS filters that you can look at inside your MLS account. And then this is basically the readily accessible filters inside our campaign builder. So that's why we call it campaign filters. And then we have over here search filters. The search filters are what's on the public side of your website that your consumer gets to search with. So you can pick and choose what filters you're going to give them. My recommendation and coaching for you setting up your site to be most efficient, since we really talk about campaigns to your past clients, to your homeowners, the most efficient way to set this up is, if you look under more filters, you probably have listing status down in here. If you do, left click on it and drag it up and put it in the first spot. Then you want to look for days back closed. You want to click and drag that up and put that in the second spot. And then if you're setting this up the very first time, this radius pin drop is probably at the end of your green section. Grab, left click and drag that into the third spot. And then the last recommended suggestion I have, but not the last, another one I have is over here on the left. These are all in alphabetical order. You want to scroll all the way down to where you see text search. And when you see text search, you want to left click and drag that up into the fourth position and drop it. Next one to go get is interior levels. That's stories, basically single story, 2-story. And we have it labeled in over on the left-hand side as interior levels. You can click and drag and drop that over. What I like to do is when I set this up for agents, because this text search is now part of your main filters, this text search handles city, state, or city, county, subdivision, schools, MLS ID, those types of things. Where you see city, just left click and drag it and put it back in here. Same thing with zip, left click, drop it back in this rust color. Subdivision, schools, there's like 5 or 6 MLS ID. Just because you want to declutter this a little bit, that's why I recommend you do it. But if you're, as you get into working with the campaign system and the search system, if you're missing something, come in here and grab it, move it in. And then once you do, you want to click Save Filters. Once you're done with configuring all this, come down here and click Save Filters, just like that. And then that saves what the campaign filter system looks like. You can also do this for search filters as well. I'm not going to go into this for the purposes of this video, but you do the search filters in very similar ways. You're not going to give them listing status or days back closed or radius pin drop as their first choices. You may drop those into more filters, but you may not even use these, on the public facing side, which I doubt you probably will. Sometimes you want to do searches for yourself, like buyer agent ID and listing agent ID. In the search filters here, let me just click to that really quick. And if you look, let me just look at mine really quick. Yeah, I already have it moved over. So buyer agent ID is right here. You may want to click and drag and drop it from here over to here and put it actually in the more filter section, because you want to have this in your more filters for occasional use with setting up my listings, things like that, on the searches that go into your website. But this is a different type of admin setup, which we're not talking about today. But that's where you actually change what's on the public side of your site. So once you've done the campaign filters and you've hit Save Filters, you're done with the IDX setup. The next thing I want you to do is go back to the iFound CRM, and you're going to scroll down to where you see email templates. You click email templates, and that's going to open up all the email templates that you have. Now, I have a ton in mind because I've been doing classes and I do different marketing campaigns with mine. But the first one you want to look for is default signature. And again, these are in alphabetical order. So you want to come into default signature, mouse over it and click on edit. And you're going to open up and you're going to see a screen that looks something like this. Or you may see something like this that has code, and these look like code. I would just pop over to visual, which is right here where my mouse is. Just pop that into visual. If it's already there, you're already there. And then you're going to want to change what your signature says. So I type everything out as much as I can. And then I actually have a co-branded signature with my brother, who's a loan officer, he's licensed in Pennsylvania and in Arizona. But I have him on there with me. You don't have to have your lender on here, obviously, but that's an example. But in the signature, this is a little blurb that I put in here. You know, if you have questions about any properties you've seen on the website, blah, 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 give me a text string, or an email. So once you've made the modifications on here, you're going to want to update template. Now, one little nuance is you'll notice that there's double spacing and single spacing. To single space, you actually have to hit Shift Enter or Shift Return to get a single space. Otherwise, when you hit the return button or the enter button on your keyboard, you're going to get a double space, and it's going to drive you crazy trying to get out. How do you do a single space? And inside this editor, a single space is usually handled with Shift Enter or Shift Return. And that's how you do a single line return. Okay, so after you make your changes, you're going to want to put in, or you want to click Update Template. This signature is part of the emails that get sent out and the campaigns that are sent out to your clients and your contacts that you're sending out. So every email that we send out, either a campaign or an email, is made out of 4 parts. And the default signature is one of those 4 parts. Go back. Now you want to go back to email templates. And this time you want to look for default header. So in the default header, you open this up. And again, you'll see content in here. And you probably have content that says from, and then curly brackets, agent name. Okay, you may want to get rid of that, like if you highlight and delete it, and then update template. The default header is a fabulous place to send out messages on the fly, like happy holidays, happy 4th of July, things like that. Different messages that you're going to change from time to time. Because again, the default header goes out on every email campaign that the system sends. So this is what we call a dynamic message. It's a dynamic header. This one's always changing. Same with the signature. You can change those, and as soon as you make the change, the very next set of emails that go out have that new message on them. So you want to make sure that this is sort of like a timeless message. Okay. Once you make your changes, you'll hit Update Template. Go back to Email Templates again, click that. And then I want you to look for Homeowner Campaign. This time you're looking for Homeowner Campaign. So when I come to Homeowner Campaign, you're going to want to open that up. Again, you'll see the content box. And in this case, you're going to start with the email subject. Now, I have mine set up where I'm doing what's called a merge tag, which is you'll see merge tags right here. So I have a merge tag called Contact First Name. That means that when I send somebody an email, the subject line is going to say Contact First Name. In this case, let's say it's mine. So it says Dale, comma, here is your West Vera Lane monthly neighborhood real estate update from Dale Stauffer. You're going to see some version of this, and you'll see from agent name in curly brackets the way yours is currently set up. So I just changed mine to put in Dale Stauffer, and then I added, here is your West Vera Lane. I added that merge tag from down here. Sometimes it's hard to get the merge tags to actually populate up here. So you just put them down here. Like I'm going to hit enter, and then I'll just put in contact street name just right there. And you'll notice it put it there. I'm going to copy. So I'm going to copy that and I'm going to get rid of it because I don't want it on there. But then I'll come up here and I'll just stick it in here for now so you can see it. But if I hit paste, now I have two of them. Okay. So I'm just going to get rid of one. I just did that so you could see how to do it. And mine's back to the way I wanted it. You don't have to do this. I think already you have contact first name, comma, and then there's a space with a capital H. You may want to fix that and put a lowercase h with a comma. It depends on whether you're a grammar junkie or not. Some people are grammar junkies. I've kind of turned into one, but I also use a program called Grammarly for checking my grammar because I'm not great at grammar. So I have a little tool that helps me, but it's Grammarly if you've ever used it or not used it. So you'll also want to leave in this merge tag, hi contact first name, because that should be already in yours. And then you want to rewrite this or leave it exactly the way it is. You want to make this written so it's timeless. Okay. My philosophy is we want to tell them what to do. We don't want to leave anything to chance. We want to tell them exactly what we're going to be doing. So in this case, we're going to tell them, hey, we're going to send you this once a month. You're going to see sold homes and homes actively for sale. To view the update, please click view now below. I'm actually going to put in a new alert link button. I don't know if yours has one there, but I just copied and pasted and dropped it in. This alert link is what supplies the listings that they're going to see. This alert link is the link that has a little view now button and text on it that they click to look at the full campaign, search campaign on your website. So you don't want to take these out. You want to leave them in, okay? And then, hey, I'm also going to be sending you new and sold listings as they happen from the MLS so that you don't have to go looking for them, okay? And then all the rest of this code, you want to leave the same. If you take it out, your customers won't get listings or they won't get the opportunity to click a link to look at listings on your website. So you just want to make sure you leave all this code in there. And then once you're done editing this, you want to go back to you want to go to the upper right and click update template. Now this template, this one's not dynamic. So what I mean by that is when you build a campaign for a customer and you're going to send them a home buyer or homeowner campaign, what this will do is this will copy this content into the campaign that's going to them. And so you want to be careful about it, what you say. Like you wouldn't want to, actually I'm going to talk about this when we get into the campaign builder and I'll explain it there. One more email template. You want to go to buyer search campaign. So back to buyer search template. You want to find that. And again, we're in the iFoundCRM email templates. Go to the buyer search template, mouse over it, click at it. And again, you'll have some content in here. This is what you can use to send out to your buyer prospects if you're going to use this. From Dale Stauffer. And then I'm actually going to fix mine because I've never fixed it. So I'm going to put a comma in here, put a space, and put a lowercase h. Now I'm going to hit update template so it saves those changes. So here's the home search you want me to send you. You can write this whatever way you want, but again, you want to make it timeless as much as possible, and then keep the code and those links in there also. And then you just hit update template. So you've now updated 4 templates that we use with our system. There's a buyer search template, homeowner search or homeowner template, and then you did the default footer and default header. Now we want to go into the campaign builder. So if you go straight to campaign builder, search campaign,